Jack Dorsey, knowing fully well that Twitter did not comply with Indian law and did not face any consequence of that, is today lying and making up this story about raid.
ट्विटर का एक फाउंडिंग सीईओ, फॉर्मर सीईओ अगर ये कह रहा है कि सरकार ने इस कदर दबाव बनाया था कि अगर किसानों को दिखाया गया तो आपके घरों पर छापे पड़ेंगे, ये असलियत है 56 इंच की छाती की।
Minister of State for Electronics and IT Rajiv Chandrasekhar on Wednesday responded to Twitter's co-founder and former CEO Jack Dorsey's claims and said that under him Twitter was in repeated and continuous violations of India law and at times weaponized misinformation.
Jack Dorsey was the CEO of Twitter during a very, very dubious period in Twitter's history. What he has said is an outright lie, and I have said that publicly and I'm reiterating it again. Twitter is a company that believed that it was not necessary for it to comply with Indian law. It believed that it did not have to comply with Indian law and made up its rules as it went along. And the government of India has been very clear from the very beginning, for all companies that operate in India, they have to always comply with Indian law. Between 2020 and 2022, Twitter was violating Indian law multiple times. And it was in non-compliance several times during those 2 years, and it started complying only in June 2022. During that entire period, nobody went to jail, nobody was raided, and so Jack Dorsey, knowing fully well that Twitter did not comply with Indian law and did not face any consequence of that, is today lying and making up this story about raid.
In a long note on the social media platform, Chandrasekhar said that no one from Twitter went to jail, nor was the platform shut down despite the fact that they were in non-compliance with law repeatedly from 2020 to 22. And it was only in June 2022 when they finally complied. Speaking to a YouTube channel, Jack Dorsey said that Twitter received many requests from the Indian government to block accounts covering farmers' protests and those critical of the government. He has also said that the platform was threatened with a shutdown and conducting raids at its employees' homes in the country. The IT Minister Rajiv Chandrasekhar responded to these claims and said, quote unquote, Dorsey's Twitter regime had a problem accepting the sovereignty of Indian law. It behaved as if the laws of India did not apply to it. He added that the centre was obligated to issue takedown orders during the farmers' protests in 2021, since there was a lot of misinformation and reports of genocide which were definitely fake.
उस टाइम पे भी भारत सरकार ने ये हमको जानकारी थी कि जितने रीच फेसबुक और ट्विटर पे आने चाहिए किसान मूवमेंट के, वो नहीं आ रहे, और ये लोकल स्तर पे रोकने की कोशिश करते थे। और जो इसको मालिक था उसने बिल्कुल अब स्पष्ट कहा ही है, लेकिन जो भी ऐप हैं, जो कंपनियां ये चलाते हैं इस तरह की, वे किसी के प्रेशर में नहीं आते। उसने बिल्कुल ठीक कहा, भारत सरकार ने ये एफर्ट्स किए होंगे।
Quick background, at the height of the farmers' protests in the country in 2021, the centre had asked Twitter to take down nearly 1,200 accounts for alleged Khalistan links. Before that, it had asked the platform to take down more than 250 accounts. Twitter had responded by blocking some of the accounts but subsequently unblocked them, which had irked the IT ministry. Later in its reply, Twitter had refused to block these accounts, further citing freedom of speech on its platform.